Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. And I want to touch on a point dealing with this information. And this is from VanityFair.com. It says, Trump wants to bring back hangings and firing squads in his second term, is thinking about guillotines too. Now, in order for them to do something like this, whether he's in office or no matter who's in office, there has to be a major event to happen. Okay, and this is why we say something big is coming. Okay, because they're not going to be able to do this the way things are now, right? If he's going to do something as drastic as this, there has to be martial law. Okay, there has to be martial law, and there has to be a deadly scenario where the people are considered a major threat. Okay, which you're already considered a threat now, but it has to be evident. See, they got the MARBURG plague out there now, and that's known to give people zombie-like characteristics. So you have that, and then you might have you're gonna have a whole bunch of other things coming down the pipeline. It's gonna be a whole lot of chaos and judgment and death coming in these times. All right, because it's not gonna be right. And I agree 100% with Elder Apostle Tahar saying it doesn't seem right for a Democrat to just come out and say this, right? And, you know, it sounds more plausible out of a Republican's mouth, right? But ultimately, it doesn't seem right for even a Republican to do unless there's a major scenario. So the Elder Apostle Tahar is 100% correct. But even with the Republicans, I'll say there has to be a major scenario. You know, there has to be. Something has to give. Something has to happen. All right? Because imagine if they just did that tomorrow. They start chopping people's heads off who disagreed with the government and things of that nature. You see, they could bring that back maybe for let's say murderers. Okay, that might be okay, but to do it for different regular crimes, no, that's not gonna fly with the general public, man. That's definitely not gonna fly. So let me get some scriptures, man. But that was deep. What the elder that was a true statement what the Elder Apostle Tahar said, man, dealing with the fact that it doesn't sound right out of the mouth of a Republican. Well, that's why they have let's get Revelations 13. That's why there's something called two horns. Okay, there's not just one horn, there's two horns. This is Revelations 13 verse 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." So there's two horns in the system. There's two sides. Okay, you have the Republican, also known in certain places as the Conservatives or the Labor Party, and then on the other side you have the Democrats, also known as the Liberals. Okay, because you know the different beast countries, okay, like for example UK, Canada, you know, they have their own form of Democrat and Republicans. And in Canada it's called the Liberals and the Conservatives. In UK it's called the Labor Party and the Liberals. Okay, so this is the same type of system. See, so the Liberals have a particular characteristic, and the Conservative/Republicans have a particular characteristics. All right, and it says he spake as a dragon. And what is a dragon? A dragon is a cruel beast. That's a bloodthirsty beast. That's not a beast that's not something that you go to pet. Okay, that's a ferocious beast. And this is how they're speaking. Okay, getting ready to bring in a capital punishment, so on and so forth. Right? And we're getting to a time where they're going to bring it in for small crimes or things that ultimately go against the narrative. They're getting ready to punish those that don't agree. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this is Isaiah 29. In verse 20, it says, For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make us offenders for words, for things that we say, so they can bring what? Capital punishment, and they're laying snares based upon that, man. Those that reprove within the gate. Who's that? That's us. And turn aside the just for a thing of naught. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to ultimately take away our rights. Well, that's Isaiah 10 and 10. Or Isaiah 10 and 1, rather. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. What does prescribe mean? It means they've had it prepared. They have these legislations prepared. They have it's already on paper. It's just they're just waiting for the right scenario so that they can implement it. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Okay, so they're setting up things so that they can write these unrighteous decrees, man. It's all about snares and nets. It's all about their secret counsel. It's all about their secret counsel, man. Okay, get Psalm 64. This is Psalm 64 in verse 2. Give me a second here. Okay, and it reads, Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So these are bitter words, man. Okay, because we know the guillotine is not going to be for the wicked. It's not going to be for the PDF files. Those that participate in Epstein Island. That's not who the guillotines is for. Okay? They're for people like us. For the ones that are against the wickedness that they're doing. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So this is for the perfect. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Yeah, they're deep. They're deep, all right. They're deep in wickedness. So they have things prepared that they're going to do to make sure that they're justified in the wickedness that they're doing. Okay, they have to be justified in what they're doing, and that's why they're known as what? The accuser. Let's get Revelations 12 and verse 10. This is Revelations 12 and 10. And it says, And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of the most of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So this is what they're doing. They're setting up to accuse the elect, and they have to bring the right scenario. It has to be the right situation. Okay? They're very cunning. It says the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. He's not just going to come willy-nilly. He has things prepared. He knows that he can't just come talking about, oh, okay, today we're going to implement the guillotines, and if you don't agree, then, if you think that the C-19 is not real, well, you're going to be subject to possibly get put in a camp, and then you might get the guillotine. That's not going to work. Something has to happen. There has to be an apocalyptic scenario, man. All right. So anyways, with that, this was just a quick lesson. And Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. It's just to know that something has to happen, in order for them to go all the way with it. So I'll say shalom.